Hello guys and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. In this video we'll be discussing the top 3 decks for the Triple Elixir challenge. Now coming in at number 3 here we have this deck that's on screen. As you can see it has Royal Ghost, Royal Giant, Lightning, Log, Skellies, Fisherman, E-Spirit and of course the lovely Phoenix. Now the general principle of this deck is that you would use Royal Ghost and the Log to take out all your opponent's horde, given that you're playing Triple Elixir. You'll probably be dealing with lots of these because your Royal Giant definitely does not like them. Your Royal Giant is your main damage dealer. He'll be the one taking out the enemy's towers. You want to play him as fast and often as you can. To help with that you have the Skeletons and the E-Spirit. Fisherman is also a decent damage dealing card. Would recommend getting him to connect with a tower if at all possible. If not, it doesn't really matter. Your Royal Giant's going to be the main one anyway. You'll use the Lightning to take out any massive units your opponent has, like Pekkas that may be targeting your Royal Giant, or any buildings they play to try and distract your Royal Giant. The Phoenix is a recurring theme throughout this deck, as you will have plenty of distractions in the form of E-Spirit and Skeletons to stop your opponent's tower firing at her once she's dead, so effectively you'll be getting 2 Phoenix for the price of 1. That's just a lovely deal. Why wouldn't you take it? The next deck that has just popped up on screen is Mega Knight, Log, Bandit, E-Wiz, Phoenix, Lightning, Ram Rider and E-Spirit. As you can see, we're keeping the E-Spirit, the Log and the Phoenix. As we discussed, these are just great cards for Triple Elixir. E-Spirit's great at cycling, and it's especially good in Triple Elixir because it will take out lots of your opponent's horde. Log is just generally useful to taking out lots and lots of horde units like Skeleton Army mixed with a Witch or whatever. And Phoenix is just great because you're effectively guaranteed to get 2 for the price of 1 in Triple Elixir. This time your main damage dealing card's going to be your Ram Rider and your Bandit against the enemy towers. These are the ones you want to connect. The most expensive card in your deck, however, is Mega Knight, which is slightly different to the other one. Now Mega Knight is going to be used also to take out your opponent's hordes, along with the Log and the E-Spirit. Now if your opponent can't connect to your tower because you've got the E-Spirit, E-Wiz, Pekka, Mega Knight and Log all defending your towers, they're not going to be able to beat you, and that will leave you with the Ram Rider and the Bandit to deal damage to them. Now that is just a sure way to win. This deck takes the number 2 spot only though. It's slightly better than the number 3 but not quite as good as number 1. Now our number 1 deck today, as you can see, is Skeleton King, Valkyrie, Zappies, Phoenix, Graveyard, Tombstone, Poison and Arrows. Now the whole principle of this deck is taking out as many of your opponent's hordes as you can, so you can get that Skeleton King nice and powerful, and then unleashing your own horde with the Skeleton King, the Graveyard and the little bit of Tombstone supports back it up. The idea of this deck is that Valkyrie, Zappies, Poison, Arrows will all act as your anti-horde. Phoenix is just a great card as always, and is really versatile. She can be used on the attack and the defense. And then on the defense you can also have Tombstone. So once you've taken out your opponent's horde with Valkyrie, Zappies, Poison, Arrows and maybe even the Tombstone, you can then switch straight into offense by, hopefully you'll have played your Skeleton King, so you'll have powered him up, and then you can combine him with Graveyard to get a really nice push. Now the great thing about Skeleton King is he's a really tanky card that can also summon more skeletons, which makes him incredibly hard to take care of, because if you play him right, then your opponent's troops will be targeting him instead of your skeletons, which means you'll have ample opportunity to destroy them. Now I hope you enjoyed today's video guys. If you gained something from it, please leave a like and maybe even consider a subscribe. And if you'd like to see more, come back next time.